Good evening, dear Professor and partners. I am Lilet Garzon, and I'm going to share with you my virtual artifact about my visit to Stadium. Welcome. I had different questions, but the most important for me was how to construct a language resource center at a public school with very little resources. When I realized all the questions that I had planned were focused on this aspect. Is it possible to construct a language resource center at my school? My school is public. Is it possible for real? Why? Because of my school properties. My school is very small. It doesn't have many resources, and even technology is a little bit delayed. In order to answer that question, I visited to the Angelica Barra. She is the director of Stadium. She is a very kind person who is willing to help you in everything you need in order to start or in order to clarify different aspects about the language resource centers. She shared different experiences that she has lived during the time she has been at the language resource center at Universidad de La Sabana. She studied the same master degree that we are going on at this moment, and she told me that the first time she visited the stadium, she thought, I want to work here. So she's a confirmation that the word is powerful. Even the picture that you have on your right, it was about an idea that they had about giving different information about greetings in several languages. However, she was thinking how to make people know their pronunciation. And then they had the idea of using those QR codes. And now you, with your cell phone, use that code and you can listen to the pronunciation of all those greetings. What a nice idea, don't you think? The most important points about the visit are found in this place. What is the most important? This is the summary of all my visit. The first one, that the resources are not the basic need, and it was my biggest worry because of what I said before. However, she made me realize that definitely the most important is people. If people have several ideas and set some goals and maybe work in team, is it possible to reach all those objectives? So that is not the most important to have lots of computers or a platform or other resources. Obviously that the resources are important, but are not the key point. Second, she gave me the idea of involving students and not just like going after the construction of the language resource center. What she advised me was to involve students and encourage them to start producing some material about, for example, games, and then to start gathering all those material in a specific place in order to give the opportunity to the other students to play with them. So I think that idea is very fantastic because it is to empower students to be part and to be a very active part in the construction of a language resource center. So it can be possible with 9th graders, for example. The third advice was to offer students a different environment. Definitely, language resource centers are made in order to give different possibilities to students and possibilities not just to enjoy, to have a different environment from the classroom, but also to learn because, as you know, there are several learning styles. So it will be an excellent idea for the ones who have had different troubles with English learning. I told Diana that it is a possibility of maybe get a computer. So she gave me different ideas about the use of that computer, using some applications such as Edpuzzle, that it is an application that you can use with videos and you can edit them, stop them, and write questions and then continue with the videos. That I think is very useful for us. Vuzu and Memrise, that are like English courses. They are similar to Duolingo, for example. And she told me that Vuzu is more active with writing. So yeah, that is a very good possibility. The other one is Elsa Speak, that I didn't know about it, and I think is very useful because people can take a kind of exam about pronunciation, and then the application gives the weaknesses in pronunciation and start giving exercises in order to practice and improve them. So I think it's excellent for students, even more when they are very curious about English pronunciation. Another one that she advised me was Write and Improve. Write and Improve, I think, is very good because it gives the possibility to students to write their own compositions, and then the application helps to correct, and they can rewrite again, making the corrections. So it is better, that application, in order to teach students to write by their own and forget about translators. And finally, the other very important advice was to take advantage of the language virtual objects offered by La Sabana University. So at the Language Resource Center, there is a lot of didactic sequences based on different topics, based on grammar, and a lot of activities that can be downloaded. And maybe if there is not a computer, if there is not a possibility of having in a digital way, is it possible to print them and have them as a kind of practice for students? I can conclude for this visit that the most important element in this challenge, because constructing a language resource center is a challenge, but the most important is the people. It would be excellent for my institution to have a language resource center because it would give possibilities of improvement in all the senses, not just in English language learning, but also in fostering autonomy with my students, and in becoming a team who wants to improve the school. I hope you have liked my presentation, and thank you so much. Bye bye. Thank you for listening.